In this video, I want to share my 5 key lessons of what I have learned to help me transform into the person I am today. I am celebrating my birthday and I want to show you like a little glimpse into what makes me into the person that I am today. It's just the small little things that make me feel so fulfilled and appreciative of every moment that I get to have. Just the simple things like me washing my hair. For everyone that always asks me where do I get my creativity, always thinking having a clean body, clean face, clean mouth, it's very essential. Like for me personally, I feel that if you do not brush your teeth as soon as you wake up in the morning, you might pass someone out. So first thing I do is brush my teeth, go take my shower. It's a Friday, so I'm doing my regular wash routine and I'm using sacred products. And I really take my time throughout this process. And today is my protein ritual day where I focus on lymph retention and all the things that help me sustain my healthy hair and my integrity. I'm more focused on lymph and also reducing as much shedding as I can. And I believe that the combination of the rice and rose protein ritual along with the detangling spray has helped me reduce as much shedding as I can. And I always tell people, if you want to be good at something, keep practicing and always be your first client. So many people that have been following my channel for the past year or two now has seen me grown and developed outside of the dance platform. And I've been focusing on cosmetology, trichology, health and wellness, and all those great things. Let's start out with health and wellness. I invested in a nutritionist and I'm making sure that I'm eating the proper amount of calories, because the main thing of maintaining and sustaining healthy hair is making sure that your body is good from the inside out and making sure that you have a regular routine to help you get more efficient at the things that you do. And they help me become more accountable. Like we said, I want to either lose weight on certain areas. I want to feel more fit. I want to do regular routines such as walking, meditation, and journaling. My cousin recommended it to me on one of our podcast episodes, and I thought, oh, okay, I can't really commit to this, but I think doing it every week would be overwhelming for me, but taking my time and doing it every other week or even once a month, just like a regular check-in, seeing what my progress has been, and it has been so rewarding and so fulfilling. It allowed me to understand myself a lot better and know my worth and knowing my values and the things that I really want to do and want to pursue. When I got into the cosmetology trichology space, I thought, what better opportunity to learn now, especially when I'm trying to learn how to do my own hair. Why not help people along their journey? So I'm meeting people that have psoriasis, alopecia, both men and women, and they're coming to me with some of their hair issues. And I'm here to listen and give some of my suggestions based off of their hair type and porosities. And I want to clear the air that not all Black people have type 4 hair. I have type 3 hair. As you can see, my hair is a mixture of wavy curly, and I love how defined my hair gets. And it's one of the things that makes me unique to who I am. And when I heard of Cardi B's hair care line, I just thought, wow, she's really learning to love her hair and appreciate it for what it is, because in some communities, their hair texture, it's kind of overlooked. So that's why that a lot of people wear weaves, wigs, and extensions. When I started adding film into the mix, I thought, why not show my creative side and start piecing everything together? And it feels like I'm putting choreography together with my words, my visuals, my audio, my music, and letting people know that I'm here with them and I'm here to educate them. I'm here to inform everybody, and I'm willing to learn and do the homework. I spend many hours, many days, many weeks, many months, many years researching. Someone asked me in my comments how many books I read in a year, and I said about between 70 and 90 books per year. And that's a lot. But as a podcaster, you're always reading, you're always researching, and doing all the things that you want to do. So, getting back to my birthday, I want to take this moment to celebrate this big milestone in my life, celebrating all the birthdays in March like we always do. We always celebrate it on my birthday. And I came like a routine. I don't feel any different about it. I love spending time with my family and my friends and feeling the vibe. But it has allowed me to open up so many doors and so many outlooks and so many opportunities in my life. And picking out my outfit was so much fun. I finally got my first gold necklace, and who would have thought I would have bought my own first jewelry? And me, preference, I will always go for gold over any other material. Something about it, the color, and it's everlasting. I just love the quality of it, the weight, and you'll see my outfit in a few. But I had mapped it out in my head, and I'm like, I need to bring this to life. So I need to start with the hair. I need to figure out the outfit. I need to figure out the vibe, and I always go with a theme. And my theme for my birthday is cocktail, and I wanted to have like a more urban approach to it. Let it feel like a good night evening, and letting people dress up in their nice outfits because we're always used to being in our uniform. So, my first lesson to all of you is to be multifaceted and don't be afraid to multi layer the things that you want to do and show people your creative side. And be unique to your own design because that is what is your unique factor. Because if we niche too much, we block off our creativity and we stop our moments from digesting new material and being true to ourselves, because it's okay to explore. It's okay to be who you are. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be unique. Just be truly you. And that is your journey of becoming you. Number 2, stay busy so you're never bored. One thing about me, I'm constantly always moving. I have a full-time job. I have 2 businesses, BPerryFilms and the Artistic Creator Academy. I have 4 web series, about to be 5, starting with BPerryFilms Podcast, understanding healthy hair, social impact, grow SMMA, and 2 Perspectives Podcasts. It's a lot balancing all those things, and people don't realize how it can be a lot on me mentally and physically. And then also I work for a non-for-profit, and also I'm in trichology school. So if you have been following me on YouTube or on TikTok, I've been talking about hair journey, lymph retention, and all those good things that help me to become more efficient at the things that I do. And I want to make sure that I informed all of you how to sustain a healthier lifestyle and build relationships with yourself. I think, me personally, when I stay busy, I don't have to think about what's bringing me down. I don't have to think about what's stopping me from achieving certain goals, because I'm always working towards my goals. And I'm always finding different systems that help me to find ways to reinvent myself, because a lot of us have experienced things called what you call imposter syndrome, which is usually other people's negative inputs being thrown on you. And after a while, you start believing it because things aren't always going in your way or in your factor. And I want to encourage all of you to realize that you are enough. You can be enough. For me, I want to make more money. I want to become more sustainable. I want to have more impact and all those things. And I think it's important for me to realize that the little things I'm doing right now are going to benefit me in the long run. So just think of it just like that. And it's part of your journey of fulfillment. It's not about pleasing other people, it's about pleasing yourself. It's about building that intensity of being in tune with being the greater version of yourself. Just think of yourself in a Goals Pro technique that I created, where you already have accomplished this goal and you're just recapturing all these moments that led you up to that moment, which is your future self. And running two businesses, it's a lot. You know, people ask you, can you be on a podcast? Can you do this? Can you help me with that? And people don't want to put in the work. They always want you to do the work for them, and you have to set boundaries. You have to let people know this is a process that I went through, but I did this on my own. I can give you resources to help you get better at what you're doing, but you have to put in the work. And you have to be honest with people. Like, I'm in trichology class, and I might be the only one that doesn't have a cosmetology license. And I'm learning my boundaries of what I can do with my clients that I hope to serve, and educate all of you the best way that I can to maintain your healthy scalps, a better understanding of your hair, and seeing how you can get better results in your routine. Because a lot of the habits that we learn generations after generations are actually killing off our strands and killing off our scalp. Like, there's a lot of people that are dealing with alopecia. There's a lot of people with psoriasis, a lot of people with dermatitis, and oily scalp and dry scalp, and all these different factors, or damaged hair from bleaching and putting in weaves, wigs, snatching out your edges. And sometimes we have to reset and be like, okay, let me understand my hair a little bit better. That's why I named my new web series called Understanding Healthy Hair, because I want you to understand your hair from the root, the follicle, and understand that everything starts from the base. It's like building a house. If there's no strong base, no strong foundation, the building's not going to go up, and it's not just going to sustain the wind and the environments, the weathering, the anything that helps build that base. And if there's any broken cracks, it's going to fall apart, just like the Three Little Pigs. Working for a non-for-profit, I've been working with this organization for the past 4 years, and it's great that I was actually nominated, asked to be a part of the board committee, and I can't wait to see what we have to bring to the table. There's different elements. We have people from different countries representing different years, and I'll have a dedicated video talking about the organization that I work for. And I can't wait to take you all along that journey of what it is to me to help other people and give people their dreams and bring it to life, and let them know that we've been just like you, and we worked hard to get to where we are today, and it was not an easy road, because it really wasn't. Number 3, you have to be a student before you can be an expert. For me, I'm always learning how to be better at the things that I do, or the things that I want to accomplish. Like, if I want to get better at investing, I have to understand the definition of saving. I have to know where my money is going. I have to know all these things. I have to write things down, and I always say the pen and paper is the first step to achieving a goal. You got to apply that skill everywhere that you go. Because if you're spending on these Louis Vuitton bags, I'm not gonna say that I don't spend a lot on things. Like, I spend a lot on hair tools because I'm in a cosmetology space. So I think we all have different vice, but we have to understand what is a necessity and what is a luxury. And sometimes we have to scale back on figuring out what do we need most. We need to pay our rent. We got to pay for gas. We got to pay for food. We got to pay for our cat, our dog, our kids, our own necessity needs. And then after that, we have a budget that we can save maybe $100 a month or $100 a week. And then maybe put some into investing, retirement, 401ks, traditional IRAs, bonds, and all those good things that we want to do. And then everything else we can use to save for maybe a vacation, spend it with a loved one, spend it with family, going on small dates, treating yourself, the self-care days, like going to a spa, just mentally relaxing. Like, for me washing my hair is one of the greatest things that I thought about doing, because it saves me time, it saves me money, and it's my little detox of being creative, which I talked about in the first recap with my wash day. And it's something that I really cherish, because my hair is everything to me. It has became a part of my brand since I was a little kid. I used to have waist long hair, and being able to work with different brands that I looked up to has really transformed my lifestyle and showing that I really love these products, and I'm recommending it to all of you because I wouldn't recommend a product that I wouldn't use on my own scalp or use on my own clients, you know? And I make sure that it's really backed by, well, all products are backed by science, but making sure that they have real results and not trusting brands that say that it's all for all hair types, because everyone has different porosities. Everybody has different traumas. Everybody has different hair textures, hair strands, densities. There's a lot of things that go into effect when creating a brand and representing that brand, because people are going to go by off of what you do and what you say and how you use the products, and people are going to try to copy and mirror that. But everyone's going to have different results, and I want to be transparent with that. For me to be an educator on business writing, how to market, brand awareness, video creation, I had to take classes. I attend workshops. I even teach workshops. I even do master classes. I even enroll in flagship courses, and I ask the right questions, surround myself around with the right people. I try to dabble into different things and different environments because I want to make sure that I'm around people that are hungry, not people that are just needing a moment to say that they took this class and did a review on it. But I want to make sure that I'm getting value, because I have been in spaces where people just talk about how great they are and how they have accomplished all these things, but what are you going to do for me? You know, how are you going to transform me from when I first started, from day 1 to day 3 or day 4, you know? Or if it's a year-long course, how is my mindset going to change? Am I going to be more confident to do all these things on my own? Am I going to have to be able to reach out to you more often? Am I going to have the same amount of assistance and all that? It's just like going to college. You're there for 4 years, and after that, everything changes. You got to pay off your loans with interest, which they don't talk about. You got to find a job. You got to find your home. Maybe you're not living with your parents anymore. Maybe you're living with your spouse. Maybe you're investing in your wedding and expanding your family. Maybe you're moving. Life really lifes. And that's all I can say. It's not an easy path. Some people you might lose a lot earlier than others, as in, like, some people transition out, as in, like, they pass away. Sometimes people have mental illness. Some people have life impacting things that happen to them, like getting injured, stopping them from preventing them to achieve the goal that they first came in with, you know, and you have to adapt to it. You can't just stick in that moment of life just sucks, but life doesn't always suck. It can get better, but you just have to be able to adapt with the times and be willing to put in the work, you know. Don't let one roadblock stop you from achieving the things that you want to accomplish. Number 4, always stay innovative. Find ways to stay innovative. For me, I dealt with being multifaceted and always saying yes to everything. It kept me busy, but at the same time, I felt overwhelmed. At a certain point, I didn't have someone helping me with my schedule, and I had to figure out ways to be organized. And when you're balancing a full-time job, 2 businesses, 5 podcasts, web series, working with a non-for-profit and doing trichology school, you got to figure out how you're going to stay organized. So I thought of the Goals Pro technique, and I have a whole dedicated course on it. And I found systems that work for me. And I broke things into yearly goals, quarterly goals, monthly goals, and then accomplishing things week by week and not trying to overwhelm myself. I tried charts, I tried planners, I tried everything. And planners was the one thing that worked for me. I have 3 different planners. I have a written one, I have a digital one, and then I have my own system that I write on Notion and how I achieve my goals. And I even have a content calendar. And it has helped me keep my structure. It has kept me organized. It has kept me calm. And everyone's like, how do you keep so calm in pressured situations? And I'm just like, I'm really stressed out in real life. It's a lot going on in my head, but I just think if I overreact and overanalyze things, it'll overwhelm my audience. And I don't want them to feel stressed, and I want them to feel like I'm in control. And sometimes I am, and sometimes I'm not. But I try to improvise and make it seem like I have everything streamlined. I identify what the problem is, and the problem for me was that I need a clear structure. I don't work well when there's no structure. So I developed a system that worked for me. And for people that try to get into content creation, I let them know that there's a lot of writing, there's a lot of research, and a lot of people are just like, yeah, I just want to get to posting. And I'm just like, okay, you don't want to listen to the message. And guess what? All they do is research, write, deliver, because if they're not doing that, they're not going to make it past episode 3, episode 6 of their podcast or their web series, because it's a lot of planning that goes into it. And sometimes these vlogs take like a full day. Like my watch day can go from 15 minutes to an hour sometimes, and when I'm recording, it can make it an hour and a half. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of pressure. Like this video that I'm making right now is taking me a lot of time. There's the voiceover, there's the vlogging part, there's the sit down part, and I want to let you know that it might be therapy for me, but it could be stressful for other people on the other end. Like I like creating videos as something that makes me feel like I'm experiencing dance all over again. For me, vlogging is one of the easiest styles for me to translate my art. And do I consider myself a vlogger? Yes. I do enjoy sit-down videos, but those are usually harder to create because people get bored easy and people don't always like stagnant shots. But sometimes you gotta listen to those stagnant shots because those might be the ones that might transform your life or give you different insight onto your journey and to your new lifestyle that you're trying to develop. You know, you have to build systems that work best for you. And that's what creating and innovating is all about. You have to find ways that to adapt. Like I did a webinar presentation on how to enhance writing using AI, and people don't realize that you can get written up or listed as plagiarism for using other people's inspirations for your writing using their AI tools such as ChatGPT, Notion, and all those things. It's great to get some ideas like, okay, how do I import this format feeding the machine? And let me just tell you, I'm gonna create a mini course, and you guys can watch the film where I deep dive into the whole AI and writing. But I just want to let you know that there are ways to be innovative with AI, and don't feel like it's gonna replace you all the way. But there are different opportunities for you out there. I know that there's a lot of people getting laid off from the FANG companies, but guess what? There's more companies than FANG out there, and there's more positions out there in the FANG industry if you just apply yourself and actually do your due diligence and do the research. You want to create impact. Who are you reaching out towards? Who is struggling with this issue? And let them know that there are systems, there are people that are willing to help them where they are and not judge them for where they are at this present moment, but focus on where they're going to be in that future self. The last lesson I want to leave you on is finding your definition of support. Sometimes it's not always your family, sometimes it's not your friends, and sometimes it's important for you to find your own element of support. Sometimes it has to come from within. As a solo creator, there's no one to really get resources from other than you going through experiences. You actually doing your homework and doing the research, you attending sessions, you being in the right spaces, attending webinars, attending meetups, utilizing platforms like Eventbrite or Beehive Eventbrite and Viator. So many different platforms that you can do meetups, go to tourist attractions, learn about different environments, experiencing food and experiencing culture. All those things will help you build that support, and you will be surprised how many people that you're going to drift away from and bring into your new life. You know, some people are seasonal, some people are there for a lifetime, but you have to be able to experience that for yourself. And I think it's important for all of us to really deep dive into who we truly are and where we want to be. I want to impact this new year, this new path, this new chapter, because I think every decade is a new book, but every year of that decade is a new chapter, meaning that you're forever flourishing. The book has not closed. You're going to move into new spaces, have a new perspective on life, and you're gonna react to things a lot differently. Where I was when I was younger as a teenager is not the same person I am right now. I might have the same attitude, but I feel like the way of my mindset is a lot different. I feel like I have really experienced life for what it is, and I have seen the highs and I have seen the lows, and I have survived the pandemic, and I just think about our ancestors and what they went through, and I'm just thinking in my head, we have a lot easier. And I feel like there are moments where history is resetting itself, but I feel like it's important for all of us to not judge one another, but support one another. And I know that's hard to say, and it's even harder to implement, but we have to treat each other with respect. We can't bash everybody. We can't say everything that we want to say out loud because we don't know how it's going to impact other people. But making sure that we are giving each other love and appreciation for all the things that we do, and I hope all these lessons helped. So just to recap, everything that I have written: don't niche, but layer. Stay busy so you're never bored. You have to be a student before being a teacher. Find ways to be innovative. And then lastly, define your level of support. So I hope this video has helped you in some type of way, but those are my 5 lessons. Follow me on YouTube and Substack, BPerryFilms Experience, TikTok and Instagram, BPerryFilms, and LinkedIn, Bobby L. Perry, and I will see you in the next one. And thank you for celebrating my birthday with me, and thank you for all the happy birthdays, because it was such a rewarding experience, and I appreciate everyone that took the time to reach out to me, either a phone call or a text. I'm trying to reach back out to everyone as soon as I can. It's been a very busy year, so much going on, and I truly appreciate all of you who came and seen me in person. Some people are still reaching out, some of us are scheduling events, and I hope to be that support that you all need. And thank you again.